opinions you're about to hear on this show are strictly those of the panel.
The following program is rated TV MA-LSV. It contains strong language, sexual situations, and violence. It is intended only for mature audiences.
Violent.
Yay! You have to play so much crap just so you don't get in trouble, you know, because, I got to prove it's just our opinion, blah, blah, blah. Whatever. But hello. Welcome to the Friday Night Shit Show. It's only going to be Ruben and I tonight. Orange Hat said he's tired or he doesn't feel good or whatever. So it's just going to be us having our discussion. So how are you doing, Ruben?
I'm doing well. It's been a really big day. Wanted to give everybody a little update on my brother, basically, because again, I did post it on X, on Rumble, and YouTube. Essentially, he had brain surgery on Wednesday, and the doc didn't tell me what hospital he was in. So I called around the different systems, and I was able to track him down. I talked to his nurse. I talked to him. He's slurring his speech. He has trouble seeing, but all that's normal after surgery. So he's still in the ICU. He'll be there for at least over the weekend. He will be transferred to regular one, start this rehab process, and then he should be by mid-October. And then he has more rehab after that because but the thing is that I feel bad is that he had to put his bass guitar in hock. He has really nice bass guitars. So what I put out there on X, Rumble, and YouTube is I'm starting to put some donations. I don't want to do a GoFundMe because it's gonna they've done a lot of things that are bad. But I put it out there, so I put the link out there in the private chat for my X so that it has the donation links for Venmo, Cash App, and PayPal out there. If anybody can hit, I'm going to give them all the money. And my plan now is to, after the election, go down there, see how he's doing, and then and when my birthday comes around in March, I can go on my merry way. So that's the situation.
Well, that sounds wonderful.
Yeah. Yes. So I talked to him, and he is doing okay. It sounded a little groggy and stuff. He's having trouble walking, but the prognosis right now is good. So I'm glad. So again, a little bright side in this madness we're all living in.
Yeah, it's a real shit show. So it's nice to hear some good stuff. Every so often when it actually happens. But.
Yeah, and make sure that you put the link in the chat. So.
Oh, I will. Just give me 1 second. I'm trying to get back to my Friday.
Do it now.
I can't find it now. No. I'm trying to find the right one.
Should be the first one.
I had. Well, it's not because I moved.
Oh.
Remember?
Oh yeah. Hold on. Let me make sure I have it.
I just want to make sure I push it right. Darn it.
Yeah, there it is. I put it again.
No, I have that. I'm looking at my other notes.
Sorry.
Open the private chat and then go back in there and also I'll copy it.
Right.
Copy and paste.
And then my plan long term now after that, or at least when I get down there, is to basically prepare. Again, this is everybody out there, because again, we're talking about national disasters and what do you do when the shit hits the fan on the shit show, and the shit's going to hit the fan theoretically. So I'm preparing for my bug out bag and my digital nomad bag. So no matter what, I'm ready to go as we need to. Because again, as we see now, the government's not going to help you. Hurricane Helene is a horrific disaster on a biblical scale, where the biblical side is where you have the powers that be do not care about the human life, if it's American life. The fact that they care about illegal migrants more than they do about American citizens, and it's the United States government, is unconscionable. It is evil. And there are reports coming out from credible sources now on the ground that the FEMA is confiscating stuff. The police are arresting people trying to save people, and they told them to drop off and do not rescue these people, and then they die. Bodies being bulldozed. It's insane. It's crazy.
Yeah. We're going to be talking about a lot of different things, and the hurricane is going to be one of them. But I wanted to start off with this that I saw come across my timeline. It says she's pregnant woman in North Carolina uses a mattress to float to escape and save herself. Basically, she's floating in her house for over 8 hours
Oh my
when the flood
God.
happened. So I would like to play this for everybody. You can hear her little interview because she's big pregnant. And here we go.
I really thought I was just going to, drown in my own house.
Emily Russell says she was home alone early Friday morning when she found herself surrounded by water.
I mean, it was literally like you were stuck on an island, and I just didn't know what to do. There was no leaving the house at that point.
Russell says she watched from her window as cars and RVs floated by. Then she heard part of the house collapse.
When you start hearing that, it's almost like a movie. And then the front door, the water pushed it in, and it pushed in the back door. And within 30 seconds, it went from the ground to neck level.
Russell says she and her dog floated on a mattress in her home for nearly 8 hours, hoping to be rescued.
It's like you go from this scariest feeling and place to almost peaceful, because it was like you were already so scared, and your body's getting cold from being in the water, and you're getting sore from just shaking from being in the water. And it's just like your body almost goes numb. And
it wasn't until 6 p.m. when Russell's husband, David, was able to reach her.
And the minute I seen him, I thought this is my only chance to get out. And so me and the dog took off down the front yard, but the currents were so strong that I only made it maybe 10 feet. And I had to yell to them, like, I can't walk anymore, or it's going to take me.
Russell considers herself lucky. She made it out. She knows others weren't so fortunate.
Damn.
Isn't that just,
It's crazy.
it's amazing that but did you see her yard? Okay. This woman, that house, even though it looks normal now, it's just all trashed, but there's no water. It's because it was going downhill. Okay. It as a river. And basically inside her house, as you could see, it was all sludge and debris that was able to break through windows, her door, or whatever, into her house. And she floated on a mattress with her dog. Thank God it looked like her daughter that was there with her wasn't with her. I mean, she was probably at school or something. And then her husband came home when he realized, holy shit, look what's happening. Basically, it happened so quick. She said it just went from nothing to up to her neck. Like that fast. I mean, it just busted out of the windows, the door, and the porch started to give away. So she was lucky. She had a very strong house that didn't just wash down river with her in it, because a lot of people were in their homes when they died, weren't able to get out of it. So it was just a good story I wanted to share of an actual person who was in the middle of this mess, carrying another life in her body, and was able to get out alive. So I just thought that was very heartwarming, and I really wanted to share that with everyone.
Wow,
I want to say, hey, we got somebody in here already. Hi. It says, there's a theory that the government is handling the North Carolina situation so badly because they want a bunch of people there to be able to vote next month due to blocked roads or being dead.
Unable to vote.
Oh, unable. I'm sorry. But
that's true. That's true.
That's really sad to think about it. But it could be right. I mean, we don't know. But all I know is that they still have the right to vote. And hopefully people on the other side will try to get stuff together, ballots and whatever, and go walk around or whatever they have to do to the different stations where they're passing out food and water and stuff, and be able to get ballots to people and let them vote, or set up a special polling place for them. That would be really good.
Yeah, the fact that, and again, I don't understand. Oh, yeah, what's this one? Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And again, if anybody is actually voting for this government, I don't care if it's right or left, up, down, black and white. This government is doing a bad job. And I say this from the president, the administration, and Congress itself. Even though Mike Johnson is in charge. And again, I think that I really think that Biden's going to basically say Congress didn't do their job and it's the Republicans' fault.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's all they've done. Everything's Trump's fault. Okay, it's been almost 4 full years. and it's still Trump's fault. Everything. I mean, that's all I hear. But this next thing I thought was pretty interesting. It's not about the hurricane, though, because I added some other things in here besides the hurricane, so that people could, maybe get a taste of some other things that were going on. And I thought it was interesting. So here we go. All right. This is a Fox News article or report, and they have a singer that wrote a song called Fighter. I don't know if you've heard it. I haven't heard it. But supposedly he's playing at his rallies and stuff. But I've missed most of the rallies since he was shot. I haven't watched a rally since then. It's been really nerve-wracking, but I'm going to play this for everybody so you can hear it. Let me turn this up.
After a few liberal recording artists asked Donald Trump to stop playing their songs at his rallies, the former president is now enjoying the full-throated support of the artist behind the chart-topping hit Fighter. Let's bring in singer-songwriter John Kahn. John, it's a great song. You can see, I mean, they're literally singing along with it at these Trump rallies. You see people cheering up. It has really, and people think it was written in the wake of the assassination attempts, but apparently it was not. Tell us that.
No, it wasn't. That's a misconception about the song. What it was, I, along with the millions of Americans, have seen what President Trump has faced since he was elected. To impeachments, deplatforming from social media, lawfare, raid on Mar-a-Lago. And then for me, it was about, I was watching Fox News and I was watching the bogus conviction in New York. And the way he walked up to the microphones after that, I was sitting on the couch and he's got that walk that just says, everything's going to be okay.
Yeah.
You can throw whatever you want at me, but I'm not going anywhere. And I just shook my head and thought, how does this man get out of bed every day? And I walked over to my out-of-tune piano. I played a few chords, came up with a melody and a title. I brought it to Nashville and co-wrote it with an amazing songwriter named Chris Wallen.
The song is wonderful. You have been asked by a lot of people about potential backlash, and your quote was, if he can take a bullet, I can write a song.
Well, if President Trump can withstand, and this, again, this was before 2 assassination attempts in a debate that was 3-on-1, I think his supporters owe him to do whatever they can, whether that be knocking on doors, making phone calls. And for me, I was fortunate enough to be able to write this song.
Yesterday, it became the #1 song on Billboard digital sales. Pretty big accomplishment, John. You got to be proud.
Yeah, I'm very proud. I'm just very honored that people are sharing the song and the video, because I think it shows him in a light that the establishment media is trying so hard to do.
If you had a choice, would you rather have it #1 on the Billboard digital charts or have it play at a Trump rally and see the response that people get?
Trump rally, hands down.
Yeah, because
it's for them.
It's an emotional thing, and you look at the lyrics and you think, I thought it's the picture where he's, the American flag in the picture. I thought, well, that's why he wrote it. He wrote it because of that picture, and it's not that, which is fascinating.
Yeah, well, it was just I've never seen any man have to deal with what he's had to deal with, and like I said, prior to 2 assassination attempts, a debate that he was tag teamed on. And you have to soul search and think, what do you want in your leader? And I want somebody who wants to fight.
I know the election is coming up. You got 33 days here. You want to get the song out to as many people as possible, but everybody is asking, is there a follow-up? What's the next big hit?
Well,
John Kahn's going to give us.
I'm focused on this song until November. I want to get it out and have people share it, because I think it's, like I said, it shows him in a light that I want people to see.
Yeah.
But I've been exploring faith a little bit later in life, and I've got a song on deck that hopefully people will hear soon.
We hope you come back and bring it here. And we will air it for you.
I appreciate it.
Thank you, John. You're a good man. You're a good writer, very talented man as well.
Thank you so much for having me.
They're pretty good. That was really, really good. It was very inspiring, and I can't wait to hear the song because I haven't heard it before. I probably have. I just don't know. I can't pick it out to know exactly which one it is. But it's just nice to hear that story behind why he wrote it, and the fact that he is that talented that he can take his feelings and put it out and have someone singing it, and make it a hit song. That's just inspiring. I mean, I feel very inspired by that, and I can't wait to hear it. Have you heard the song before?
No, I have not heard it yet.
So I don't want to play it or try to find it because that'll get in trouble.
Right.
You know how this app is with, one of these apps is not very good with that. And here is another thing that I found that I thought was interesting. I think it's this one. Yeah, this is it.
I definitely want to
Okay.
look at that.
Now, this came across my timeline and I was reading it. It says Trump will be joined by a slew of special guests at his Butler, PA rally tomorrow, including the family of Carrie Pompidou, along with 7 of 13 rally attendees and first responders who helped out that day. And then it's got a list here of who it is. So I'm going to get this real quick. I'm going to copy this link for anybody who would like to see it themselves and put it in the chat so everybody can read it. But yeah, it's let's see if I can't make it bigger. I don't know how to. It's this. Yeah, there we go. See, here's Corey's wife is going to be there. His daughters will be there. Husband of whoever this is, Douglas Meter, and the husband of Kelly Meter. Who is she? Do you know?
That's people.
She's the sister of Corey. Okay.
Yes, right.
Children of her. It's a bunch of relatives from Corey's relatives. And
the doctor who helped Trump. The doctor who helped Trump. There.
Mm-hmm. There's a bunch of people on here. People from SpaceX. Oh, Elon Musk's going to be there.
Yep.
More Trump. Looks like all the Trump kids are going to be there. Senator Eric Schmidt, Ronnie Jackson, a U.S. congressman. So there's going to be quite a few. Let me go to the next one. Here's the other one.
It's a lot of people, man.
Wow, this is a lot of people. It's a bunch of sheriffs. I guess it looks like a whole buttload of sheriffs. And then other commissioners, county commissioners.
Damn.
And then let's see what this is. These are different chairmen, a candidate for the Senate. I'm just going through some of these names. But wow, Lee Greenwood.
Oh my God, live? Holy.
Yeah. So this is going to be good. This is going to be a good one. Ed Shear, Jim Jones. He's a crane operator, I guess.
Yeah, the crane operator. The crane operator that was there. A lot of people that were there. Because basically it's like Trump is saying, I have to go back and finish my speech. And that is a Chad move. That is an A1 move to do that. And it's gonna be big. I'm getting chills because I know that like Jeremy from D-Day Cobra is gonna be covering it, but also people are gonna cover it. I'm gonna watch it because again, this is inspiring. Again,
I definitely would like to watch it. I'm gonna have to watch it on my phone while I play DD, tomorrow with Bruce and them. But I'm definitely gonna want to watch this because. This is
Are you
epic.
shitting me?
This is epic.
Hardwick, what he said?
Huh?
Hardwick, what he's posted.
Oh, I didn't see it yet. I got to close off this other thing. Get back over here.
Yeah,
what did he say? Which one?
The first
this
one. The big one.
The Lincoln Project posted a tweet of broken bottle on Heinz ketchup. Heinz is manufactured in PA, which is where Trump will be tomorrow. That's essentially incitement of assassination. I don't understand.
They're basically showing
picture or whatever.
Blood. Well, I'll look it up. But again, the Lincoln Project is full of shit. They're a bunch of. Well, never mind. I can't say the word. Well,
It's terrible that that Heinz ketchup people are saying something like that or posting stuff to make it look like, hey, something bad about it, the assassination attempt. That's sad. You know what I mean? It's not a good, doesn't make them look good. How do they think that people are going to just rush out and buy their products if they're threatening someone? Okay, and here's the other one I wanted to play. This is about the Tina. I'm trying to find it real quick. Which one is it? Number 13. I think it's this one. This thing is a video. It's about Tina Peters being sentenced to 9 years for exposing corrupt tyrannical election thieves. So let me make this bigger so you guys can see it and hear it. Okay, here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jeremy Harrell, LFA TV here. Look, I'm on the road right now. But I just saw that election integrity hero Tina Peters was just sentenced to 9 years in prison for trying to secure our elections and trying to expose the people that stole the 2020 election. And this is what you get in the United States nowadays when you go against this overbloated, overpowerful, tyrannical government that we now have because of the fact that they were able to steal it in 2020. She just got 9 years in prison for trying to expose the bad actors and the people who stole the election. Meanwhile, the people that actually stole the election, like Ruby Freeman and all of these other scumbags, they got Medal of Freedom awarded to them by Joe Biden for their role in stealing the election, in overthrowing our government, in removing Trump, staging a coup, and putting Joe Biden in there from the basement. By the way, don't forget, they just voted out a bill in Congress that would have secured our elections by not allowing anybody who's an illegal alien to vote. You've got the head of the DOJ, Merrick Garland, saying that if anybody touches voter rolls, if anybody cleans their voter rolls right now, then he's going to come after them with the full force of the federal government and put them in jail too. When you have people that are lifelong servants of their community getting sentenced to 9 years in corrupt courts with corrupt judges, corrupt law officials, elite people who overthrew the government, staged a coup, and stole the election, but the people who stole the election are being rewarded. The people that are coming here illegally are being rewarded with the ability to vote. Look at Arizona. Look at the glitch that they had that put 2 million people on the voter roll that were dirty or left them on there. You got all these dirty voter rolls. You got all these dirty actors. And the people that are in charge right now, the Democrats, they're putting anybody in jail they can that speaks out against their narrative or that has power with followings that get people to put their boots to asses and get on the ground and actually do something. Well, ladies and gentlemen, keep your pedal to the metal because we're just getting started. I can guarantee you this. All you bad actors that are putting innocent people in prison, all those people in January 6th, everybody that you are kidnapping and putting in jail, you will rue this day. We are coming for you. You can take that however you want to take it. I'm not saying it in a threatening, I'm going to, hurt you physically way. I'm saying that in a united, peaceful, we the people takeover. And we'll do what we have. We'll do whatever we got to do. But you're not stealing this again. And we are sick and tired of you throwing people in jail who speak out against you. You guys are weak, pathetic cowards. And you make me want to puke. And we know who every one of you are. And I can't wait until the day that you see the business end of justice. Jeremy Harrell, LFA TV. Keep it safe, folks, and keep it locked and loaded. They're coming for you next. Trump's just in the way.
Great. I mean, I love that. Everything you said was true, right?
Yep.
And I'm praying that when Trump is in office and all of us that voted him in back him by fighting in our states to make sure our people follow through so that Trump can be successful. And if we do that, all these people that did all this crap will be brought to justice, I hope. I really do.
You can remove the Chiron now.
Oh, you want me to do that one now?
No, you can remove it.
Oh, which one? Oh, that one. I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about pulling up that article that you were wanting me to.
Not yet.
Okay.
Chiron. Yeah,
all right.
Sorry.
I thought that's what you meant.
I'm monitoring everything right now. That's why I want to make sure everything's going right.
Okay. All right. So the next one I wanted to bring up is this the one? This was just another article about her. It says Gold Star mother Tina Peters was sentenced today to 9 years in prison. Tina faithfully performed her duties as a clerk and revealed evidence of manipulation in a recent local city council election, as well as the 2020 general election through the use of the Dominion brand voting machines used in Mesa County in 2020. The public was informed, or the public has this information because of Tina's brave decision to expose the truth and utilize top qualified expert Conan Hayes, cybersecurity expert with the security clearances. Judge Bartlett did not allow the jury to learn law regarding execution of public duty, which entitles Tina to immunity in order to expose the truth and ensure the Mesa County held fair and accurate elections. Judge Barrett failed to allow Tina to present evidence, and he will be overturned on appeal like he has been in other cases. The Constitution requires fair, unbiased trials. After trial, a private investigator learned that one of Tina's jurors was angry and biased and thought that Tina cut her phone wires. This did not happen, nor was it ever disclosed to the court. And Tina will likely get a new trial ordered by the Court of Appeals. Yep. Judge Barrett denied her request for a new trial, finding no evidence of prejudice. Today, Tina was strong for you, just like for the past 4 years, demonstrating strength and perseverance for your freedom. Just wanted everybody to know that was a really good post, and it's sad that that's where we are in America today. That you try to tell the truth and be a good citizen and be fair to the rest of America, and you get put in prison for it. Does that sound very patriotic and American to you?
No, it sounds like Russia, old Soviet Russia, per se.
Yeah, it sounds very communist to me. I mean, honestly, if you think about it.
But again, this has to stop now, and it's going all over the place. The narrative is going after anything that wants the individual to give them power, their own power. Because again, the United States is founded on we the people getting together, and now it's the government. So it's us versus the government in every aspect. And it's insane. And then again, we're not it's not just the election stuff now. It's not political. It's now personal when it comes to the hurricane stuff too.
Mm-hmm.
And it goes back to East Palestine, Maui, now Helene. Crazy.
Mm-hmm. And this is another video that I saw that I think it came from, it was either Instagram or TikTok, but I can't remember. But this gentleman you could tell is very heartfelt. That he doesn't make lots of videos, it doesn't seem like. But he is a truck driver, and he delivers, items. He has a truck full of stuff, and he delivered it. And this was a story about what he saw, and I just thought it was very moving.
All right, guys, no bullshit. I'm cutting the bullshit right here.
There's a lot of cussing in it.
Fucking platform to know what's going on in the Carolinas. The Carolinas are fucked. When I say fucked. And before anybody gets on here and says our government is trying to help it, our government is not doing a motherfucking thing. And you want to start arguing with me? I had my fucking boots on the ground in Black Mountain, North Carolina at 4 o'clock today, and I dropped off $10,000 worth of material. And I pulled off an I-40, and I have never seen a war zone, but I'm pretty sure that's exactly what a fucking war zone looks like. Guys, whole parking lot's gone. 15-foot sinkholes that would swallow 4 or 5 semis side by side. Houses sitting in parking lots. Houses filled to the top. Can't see nothing but the roof with sand and mud around it. Fucking cars by the hundreds in trees piled up on top of each other. Semis in the center of the river. I mean, 400 or 500 yards from any given road or anything. Guys, it's fucked. It is fucked. You want to argue with me about our government doing something? I will argue tooth and nail with you because I seen this shit firsthand. Talk to the people. Talk to them. when I got to finally, after the third spot I went to try to drop donations off, because it's not because they didn't want it. It's because they had so much influx of material, they couldn't take it. I found a nonprofit group up there that needed everything. The good Lord up above led me to that place. But I asked one of the guys, he was real quiet, didn't say much. But I started asking him questions, and I finally told him, I said, man, I'm not trying to get personal. I'm trying to figure out how bad this is. What I just drove through was horrible. I said, how they're saying just a couple hundred people on the news and social media. He looked at me and just his face head kind of drooped, and he started choking up. I put my hand on his back. I said, buddy, we're doing all we can do. He said, I've talked to people and they're pulling people out of houses about an hour. Just they couldn't get out. The water took them in, trapped them in. Then the silt filled in. They're there. You go down through there and there's just houses with big X's on them or check marks on them. I don't know what the X's mean. I don't want to fucking know what the X's mean, but I'm hoping the check mark means that they're good, that there's nobody in there. That, I mean, it's fucking horrible. Every bridge almost is wiped out. Everybody's saying, I'm a one-man band. I'm trying to do all I can fucking do. And, it kind of gets under my skin. People saying, you need to be here. You need to try to get there. You cannot fucking get here and there. It is impossible. Take it from me. I looked at it. I went off a little side street just trying to drop off material, and I went up a road about 2 miles, and I was met with a fucking road that didn't exist no more because of a landslide. It was not there. I had to back about a quarter mile out of there to an adjacent road so I could turn around a 30-foot trailer that was loaded. ATVs, dirt bikes, they're not getting in there. The only hope them people have is our National Guard or somebody with fucking helicopters. You turn off of I-40 and there was like a 15-acre field with nothing but helicopters. And, everybody jokes about, that must be what Nam sounds like. I promise you that's what fucking Nam sounds like. The whole time it was nothing but helicopters coming, leaving, coming, leaving. Helicopters would just be sitting there hovering, waiting for another one to take off. And when these helicopters would land, that little area I seen, they had 3 fucking skid steers coming across wide the fuck open. The helicopter would barely be touching down, and the skid steer would be pulling up right beside it. And there'd be somebody behind them in a buggy, and they would just get out. And one guy would run over there, and there would be a truck pull up with a big ass fucking tank on there, and they'd start pumping fuel. Then guys would start just loading shit. Pilots never even took their helmets off. Just slid the doors open, started packing shit in there, slid the doors back shut. I watched one of them. It took about 10 minutes, and not a single fucking government plane was there. All of those that I seen was all personal. Not the first markings on them. 2 of them look like old retired Coast Guard helicopters. They were orange and white, but didn't have Coast Guard or nothing on them. Big ass helicopters. Fold out running gear. People just standing on the side of the road just looking. I mean, I had to sit there and just, once we got to where it's going, I told the guys that you just unload the trailer, it'll be fine. If you scratch it, it's a farm trailer, don't worry about it. I'll fix whatever's, I just had to kind of walk around and just look, and it's fucking gone. Like, that place is not, there's no recovering from that. Like, the banks are, there's no, where the town used to be, it's just boulders, log piles, log jams. I mean, there's no cleaning that up. That's 10 years in the making to get it even back half of what it was. But guys, what you're seeing on the news is nothing compared to what the fuck's going on up there. Them people are fucking hurting. I'm a one-man band. I'm doing all I can. We're going again Saturday, but our government's not doing shit. FEMA might be there. If they just released today, FEMA does not have the funds. We had the funds to fucking help immigrants, but not the fucking own American people. Guys, I'm going to go in here and try to get some bed. I love every single one of y'all. We're going to get another trailer loaded tomorrow and do it all again Saturday. So the donations just keep coming. I'm just tired, guys. I'm just tired. I want to go to sleep, but every time I start to go to sleep, I pull out my phone. I start looking at stuff. I'm like, Hunter, you can be doing something. You can be doing something. You can be doing something. And I'm thinking about like, what can I go do? What can I go do? It's just heartbreaking. But I love every single one of y'all.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Well, but that is an eyewitness, an actual person who's been down there and trying to help by delivering stuff and shocked by what he saw. You know, it broke him down to tears.
Yeah.
When he was having to talk to people about what's going to happen. You know, people have lost everything. It's like he said, there's nothing left. It's just boulders and rocks and sludge and mud and broken down pieces of house. And he said he saw houses with big X's on them and some with check marks on them. The pieces that were left, like you saw in the very first video that I showed with the pregnant mom that floated around for 8 hours, and she said she was shivering all over and her body hurt and was tired from shivering from the cold water that she was stuck in for 6 hours or 8 hours or whatever it was. But the thing is that you know, we just can't give up on it. We can't give up on this because after the water is gone, okay, and they can start cleaning up, it's going to take a long time. It's going to take years to recover. And you got to remember, all these people lost all the businesses. There's no businesses. So that means where's the jobs? You know, where are these people going to go to work now until their business is rebuilt, if it's rebuilt? You know, because it depends on whether or not they had flood insurance. Because when you live in the mountains,
they don't. Why would we have flood insurance?
Yeah, when you live in the mountains, you don't think about, oh, well, I better get flood insurance because I live right next to the lake. Well, the lake could be half a mile away, but this is way different than anything that any of these people would have ever planned for in advance. You know, like that one video I showed last night, and it was just them looking uphill and seeing a rush of mud and sludge. I mean, really fast, that quick, coming down the mountain, taking out stuff. You know, we just can't comprehend what it is because we weren't there. We didn't see it. But to see some of these videos of people talking about what they saw and if they did see a war zone, what it would look like, that's what they think it would look like. You know, exactly. It's just really, really sad. But I don't want all of it, everything to be sad. But I'm just trying to keep everybody informed about what's going on. And so the next video I've got here is this one. And this is it says there's a pattern of abandonment under the Biden-Harris. GOP lawmaker Corey Mills has the latest on relief efforts following Hurricane Helene on the Ingram angle. So I wanted you guys to listen to this thing because he's pretty good. I like him. I've had him on. I've had his videos on a few times. But here you go.
Congressman Corey Mills. He's on the ground in North Carolina, helping to deliver supplies. Congressman, I see the helicopter behind you, and I heard you just got off of it a few moments ago. Tell us what you were up to.
So thanks so much for having me, Laura. Yeah, we've got a patient that we had to do an emergency medevac on, unable to get support, blood pressure through the roof, showing signs of not just infection in the bone disease, but really in kind of a troubling area. Great spirits, amazing woman. But we've done quite a few of these types of evacs, from an 83-year-old man that was showing signs of cardiac arrest that we rescued from Bailey into Johnson City. We've delivered, thanks to our partnership with Mercury One and Glenn Beck's team, over 18,000 pounds of supplies. We've put up over 20 plus Starlink systems. We've gone across all of Asheville, Burnsville, Cello. We've gone to Broad River, South Toe, Mountain High School today. We've gone into Pensacola, continuing to try and do what the federal government won't. And that's the reality. I saw my first FEMA truck today, and they admitted that they just got here this morning. And meanwhile, yesterday, Laura, you had President Biden, who came in here, shut down our actual capabilities for up to 4 hours, putting a 30-mile TFR after abandoning this place for, 6 days. Unfortunately, it's not named Ukraine, North Carolina, or they would have already had enough money. And then you think about Mayorkas, who said they're at the end of their funding, but he doesn't want to tell the American people that money that was supposed to go to disaster relief was actually utilized and repurposed for immigration resettlement. So let's go ahead and call the truth of what is going on here. It's the America Last agenda. It's focused on 9,000 miles away, not 990 miles away. Is keep our borders open while we go ahead and secure everyone else. Let's drive up everyone's medical costs, because we're going to do, uncompensated medical treatments for those who are illegally here through the criminal migrants and add the angel families. And so we're going to be on the ground. We're going to continue to help the people until the federal government, and I can tell you, this is community-based. This is veterans who are coming together. These are charity organizations who are coming together, and it's the community who is delivering, not the federal government at this point.
Well, I keep watching these social media posts, Congressman, of folks who've gotten their cell phones powered up somehow. And these are moms with 2 and 3 kids who say, we've run out of diapers. We have very, very little food left. And we keep hearing about supplies, but where are they? Like, I keep saying this, how are we a superpower when we leave our people stranded, and yet every time Zelensky comes into town, he gets another, couple $100 million.
Well, Laura, think about it. There's been a complete pattern of abandonment under Biden and Harris. Let's go through it for a moment and just recall what it was. 2021, you got the Afghan botched withdrawal. I conducted the first overland rescue successfully of an American, a mother and 3 children from Amarillo, Texas, before they were willing to try and get anyone out, and even grounding aircraft over in Kunduz. Then you've got, fast forward to October 7th, the most horrendous incident that's ever happened, barbarism in Israel. I was on the ground 4 days later conducting the first rescues, 32 people out of Tiberias, Nazareth, and Haifa, then with 255 in total that we ended up getting out before the administration sent a single plane in. Then let's go back to just April and May, where we had to go into Haiti after the war-torn area collapsed under the gangs and rescue the first 23 Americans by helo rescues and 59 children who are being left behind. This administration, what the pattern is, you have to shame them into doing what is right.
It's a dereliction of duty.
Treasonous.
This is a dereliction of duty, but Joe Biden did speak today and said, basically, we got it under control. Watch.
Days before the storm hit, I pre-positioned extensive resources on the ground throughout the Southeast, extensively. First responders, search and rescue teams, food, water, ambulances, before Helene had made landfall.
What I read from accounts in North Carolina and Tennessee was that most of that material was positioned in the Big Bend area of Florida, which is fine, but it really wasn't pre-positioned up the southeast where the storm was going to go. Is that right, or am I reading something incorrectly?
No, you're exactly right. But also, he's failed to utilize Title 10 to help our Department of Defense to be able to deploy out. You've got Fort Bragg, North Carolina, Cherry Point, Camp Lejeune, Hope Air Force Base. We got aviation regiments who could have been here immediately. Then he shows up 6 days later making promises that likely won't be kept. We talked to a FEMA individual today who said, well, if they want to know where we're at, all they have to do is track what the media is reporting. These are people without houses, without power. And then she said, oh, well, maybe they can just get into their cars and charge their phone and turn it on to find out where we are. They were in an isolated one truck who just showed up this morning and are like, we're processing people for FEMA, but yet they have no idea how to go house to house to even get it done. So there's nothing being done here. It's the community who is coming together. It's the charities and veteran organizations who are delivering. And I'm okay with one thing, which is that if we're not going to go ahead and continue to fund these types of things, if American people are going to do it for them, then let's go ahead and get the money back to the states so they can take care of themselves.
Well, Congressman,
exactly. 10th Amendment, man.
Zero oversight. Congress keeps greenlighting these massive spending bills and just, it's a rush. It's before Christmas. It's before Christmas. We got to sign it. And then meanwhile, there's a huge amount of money being used for non-Americans, illegal immigrants. So they get all the money. And these people are seeing their houses float away. And then Kamala comes in and says, we'll give you $750 for immediate needs. It's just, this is crazy. This is crazy stuff.
But I'm going to pause it for a second. Did you hear what she said about the immediate needs?
Yes.
Okay. There was a couple people in a space today that live there. Okay. And he talked about that the paperwork that you have to go through just to get the $750, you have to be able to get to a computer, to go to the website, to fill it all out, and you have no papers. You can't even prove that you have a driver's license or a birth certificate or anything, or even the paperwork that you bought your house, because it's all downriver.
Yes.
Okay. So these people still can't get $750. And what is $750 going to do to help these people that can't even drive to town?
Yeah, and where's the bank to get the money to buy anything? Where can they buy anything? How can they buy anything if the store that they went to go buy is gone? And $750 per household is nothing.
Yeah, there is nothing. So the whole thing is just ridiculous. But I just it just drives me nuts.
Laura, it's even crazier that I went into Pensacola, Florida. Not a single federal government agent's been there. We had the chief come to us and say, we just had 4 fatalities. 2 people just washed down the river. They couldn't recover the bodies on. And his exact quote, and I'm not paraphrasing, when he said, we'll be uncovering and unburying bodies until the end of the year.
Oh, well, Jesus. Pete Buttigieg doesn't want anyone flying drones in the area. He's worried about that. I think part of this is, I think they don't want Americans to really see the extensive nature of this damage. It is a heartbreak. 200 plus people now dead in this storm. And that our focus should be thousands, at home as this kind of stuff is going on. Congressman, you are doing such great work. It shouldn't be up to you and other volunteers. Our federal government should be leading this along with state agencies to the extent they can.
Well, if Biden's not going to do his job, I will, Laura. And as an elected official, I will always put we the people first.
Yeah, well, I think Congress has got to watch how it spends our money going forward. They should have done it a long time ago. Congressman, thank you very much.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here.
We don't need to listen to you right now.
No, but that's the whole thing. The thing here is, unfortunately, they're going to blame Congress for this. And of course, they're going to say, it's Republicans.
It's probably Trump's fault.
Yeah.
When coming from the Harris and them, they're going to say it's all Trump's fault that he didn't prepare, that he hurt FEMA or so. I don't know.
Well, they're already Mayorkas is basically saying, you see, there's global warming. It's happening. No, they seeded the fucking clouds. They caused this bullshit because of the lithium mines that are there. Eminent domain's coming. They're going to they're bulldozing bodies.
Well, I looked and tried to find anything about that, but I haven't been able to find anything about that yet. But I have heard people saying they were going to do it. But I've had other people that live there that said, if my loved one's missing and I haven't found them yet, they're not bulldozing shit because we're going to dig them out. We'll dig for them. We'll look for them. And you saw that truck with buried in sludge, basically. That's a lot of stuff they got to go through. They got to dig through all of that shit, with whatever tools they need to dig through that to find their loved ones so that they can have funerals.
And you had Biden credit for what Elon provided. The Starlink was sent out there. Trump got on the phone, and Elon got Starlink out there. Then Biden confiscated Starlink, is getting in the way, and then comes out and says that he's doing it.
Yeah, again, I got some stuff later. I've got for the Starlink information. I've got stuff that Elon himself tweeted out that I'm going to share. But
Did you want to share?
before,
Did you want to share the Glenn Beck video that because Corey
do you
Mills
want
was?
you want me to go ahead and do that now? Because while that's playing, I'm going to share the links to the
Yeah.
authorized place to
Correct.
donate money, and then
Correct.
also there's two other for the Sumerian's Purse and
Yeah.
the
That's good.
Cajun Navy. I'll share that while we're watching the other video. Let me see, which one is it? The second one or the third one? Oh, there it is. Glenn Beck. I found it.
Yeah.
Okay, I just got to click on it, right? Need to go to it.
You should go to it. Yes, it
Okay.
should.
Okay, I'm gonna push pause, and then I can. Now that it's here, I'm gonna open it up. Oh no, I can't open it until I click on the other link. Sorry, hold on. Got to present it. Let's see, here it is. Okay. Make sure it's turned up. Yeah. Okay, here we go.
Look at all this shit.
Yep.
All that sludge.
Yep. What? Not just that. It's got boulders and debris in it, logs, trees.
Yeah. It's all fiber optic.
Yeah, that's the devastation. It's all like houses and stuff and boulders and everything. Just got insanity.
Amazing.
Gosh. It goes on and on and on. Look at all that mud.
I know people don't realize that how much area was covered.
Yeah.
And that was a city or towns.
Yeah, look at all that. Yeah.
Homes.
Corey Mills and Glenn Beck are out there. Mercury One's doing all the work, trying to get people, to safety, find people, provide them with what they need. Yeah, it's insane. All the things that are going on there, and yeah, this is just he basically got going out there, and then they're doing this. They're doing this illegally. Is to help people, because again, they're arresting people for going out there and helping them, and it's just insane. It's just
see that house right there. That loft cleaned up for them to be able to rebuild on their on their lot.
Right. Exactly.
But look at all that.
Yeah.
Awful.
Yeah, it's nuts. All of that, yeah. There, you can see that mud. Yeah, it just went right into the place. It's covering. There's another one broken down, just destroyed. It goes on and on and on and on. It doesn't stop. The destruction keeps going on and on and on and on. Look at that.
But see, look at all the debris, all stuck on the bridge and stuff. Those were people's homes and stuff. That's all that's left.
Yeah. All their life's possessions are gone.
Yeah, everything.
Paperwork.
Jewelry.
Their paperwork is gone,
Yeah.
Yeah, jewelry,
Their
pictures,
their cars,
vehicles, people,
their tables, their chairs, their beds, their pets.
Yep.
That one gentleman lost all his horses and his cows and his chickens, everything, all gone.
Yep. It's crazy. And remember, this is in the mountains. So again.
Yeah, look at that.
Oh my gosh! Whoa! That's everything.
It's all debris. It's all debris.
Yeah.
It's stuck there as the water receded.
Gosh.
And that's just the one side that we can see. They're flying over the other side.
Right, exactly.
You can't even see it, so it's terrible.
Yeah, it's crazy.
See, that's a long time. That's a lot of stuff.
That's crazy. Gosh, yeah.
it's so sad.
Right. It
Just goes
sucks.
on and on and on. The devastation of it. It's just.
Did you put those links out there?
Yes, I shared all the links for Sumerian Purse, the Cajun Navy, and then also the one to GoFundMe that it's been authorized by Trump. I put those in there because those are the three charities that I know that people I've talked to in spaces that are from there that said that they have seen these people in action, trucks and little, people running around donating and bringing stuff to people. So those are the actual people that I would trust if I was going to send money. That those are the ones that I would send money to. But this is another gentleman. He read a letter that he received, and I read it yesterday. I played the video. And this is a different one. This is a guy. He's reading a story from a veteran that was trapped in North Carolina. So he wanted to read it and share it with other people. So I'm gonna play this for you so you can hear it.
This is another story from Western North Carolina. This is from an Iraq veteran who's in the area. He says this entire area is a war zone. Even if not directly destroyed by floodwaters, there are men, women, and children starving without water and sanitation, no fuel. People can't get to any distro points because they have no fuel. People are walking on foot and dragging wagons. The majority of federal and state assets are being diverted to the incorporated areas of Asheville, Black Mountain, etc., and without a deliberate effort yet into the rural unincorporated areas. This was written earlier in the week. I can confirm now that helicopter crews are working day in, day out, all day, 24/7, to evacuate people from those smaller unincorporated towns as well as get supplies into them.
Mm-hmm.
He goes on, people are suffering and communities are rapidly moving to isolation and self-defense and policing. Trigger warning for this next part. There are bodies floating down the rivers. There are bodies stuck in the tops of trees. Linemen entering destroyed areas are finding dozens of children as young as 3 walking through the mud near naked, crying for their parents, some with ropes still tied around their arms, attached to broken lumber, where clearly their dead parents had last-ditch tied them to something. I was talking to a lineman yesterday, how he's finding heads and limbs every time debris is removed.
Ugh.
Entire communities are gone. Just gone. Nothing to repair. And in some of the areas, just no one to even help anymore. Just bodies, with a stench increasing by the day. The death count will be in the thousands. Desperation is increasing. Local rural gas stations, markets, etc. have clear militias forming with men in hodgepodge gear and rifles patrolling. We are self-policing now. If you need help in the area or you want to help in some way, please go here. There is a ton of resources consolidated here. Please keep the comment section positive and do not share misinformation or conspiracy theories or victim blame on my post.
Damn.
Yeah. So the thing is, just like you said, don't share, conspiracy theories. Don't, try not to share anything unless you know something,
Right.
Which is to try to quell all the dumb shit that I've seen. I've seen a lot of dumb shit, but it's
crazy.
It's really sad. But each day that goes by with more and more people like Corey Mills, and actual people that are down there, like people that I've listened to and talked to for quite a while, on for a couple years, basically on Spaces. I trust them. So if they were to tell me that they saw certain things, I would believe it. Okay. They have no reason to make it up. They're not, they don't have they're not getting anything out of it,
Exactly.
Yeah. I'm just glad that their families are okay and that they're all doing well, personal friends that I know. But I have had a couple of them said that they found out that, somebody had just perished or whatever. They found out that, someone related to them didn't make it. So, it is touching people. Okay. I don't have any relatives that live there. Jennifer, she lives in Charlotte, North Carolina, but right outside of it. But she said that, she's fine where she's at. So, it just depends on where you were at, at the time that this happened to these people. But they didn't evacuate because they're not on the coast. You know what I mean? They're not where the hurricane was supposed to be coming across. And by the time it usually gets up that far into the state, it's died down. It just usually rain, a little bit of rain and some wind, maybe some straight line winds and things like that. It's not the same as a full.
For some reason it stalled and
Yeah.
kept pouring rain.
Yeah, I know. And that's weird, isn't it? But so here's another thing this lady wanted to share that she was not very happy about. See, it says that the more videos I watch, this person that posted this, the more convinced I am that we need to dismantle our government and start from scratch. So I know of quite a few people that I would agree with this person. But this lady wanted to tell everybody about what she found out.
Here's your update from Western North Carolina and our Helene help operations. First of all, some really dumb rules have been implemented, y'all. One of our big shelters and distribution centers, the health department told the refugees, those that are stranded, who've lost everything, that they could not use the shelter showers without flip-flops. Dumbest thing I have ever heard. These people have lost everything, and you won't let them take a hot shower without flip-flops? Oh, but when I got that call, thank you, friends, and thank you to Larry and Concord who hooked us up at the nail supply place, because we sent 18,000 pairs of flip-flops up to the shelter this morning, where one of my girlfriends took a trailer up so people can take a shower. Those are the kind of rules that don't help in a time of absolute survival disaster. That's number one. Number two is, if you're reading about FEMA online and wondering if they're really a pain in the tail, I can confirm it is true. I tried to send in a pallet of chainsaws 2 days ago, and we had to divert it somewhere away from FEMA because they wanted to confiscate. FEMA, those ain't your chainsaws. Our mountain people are much better with them than y'all are, although I'm sure there's some very fine people that work for FEMA. I'm talking about the organization. But those saws need to be in the hands of the guys on ATVs down in the holler and up on these trees where there are blocked roads where we can get access to our neighbors who are still stranded. This is not a one-time little 5-minute storm. There are people that we have not gotten to yet, and we want to get to them. That's why those chainsaws are up there. So fine, we're going to go around you, FEMA, and don't try to get in the way of North Carolina mountain people when we are trying to take care of each other. You should also know I had a shipment trying to go in last night that got stopped because somebody wanted to inventory it. So we diverted that one elsewhere to get it into the hands of an apartment complex of seniors that had been neglected. So thank you to the friend of mine who alerted me to that complex, and to the other friend who took this load up. And by the way, got to spend the night at the apartment of somebody who was just willing to help out. The biggest thing you have to know here is that neighbors are looking after neighbors. And when FEMA's in the way, don't think you're going to stop us, because that's basically like a Satan roadblock, and God will find a way because God always wins. The other thing I want y'all to know is that we do have support from all over the country. We've got NYPD, fire departments, we've got linemen and emergency personnel, and we in North Carolina are very grateful that you have chosen to come help us. So thank you to them, but boo to the government agencies that want to get in the way. And by the way, got to add one more thing. The announcement today that this little tiny piddling amount of money is going to go to people impacted by this storm. Are you kidding me? I told y'all before, you cannot eat money or drink money. Why are we not seeing massive supply drops come in? And I mean massive. The government is run by my taxpayer dollars and your taxpayer dollars. They are a net consumer, not a producer. So whatever they're throwing out there comes from me. As a taxpaying citizen, DC, quit trying to buy us off, because you can't buy us for $750 anyway. How about you send in the water we need, send in some ATVs, send in some more chainsaws and fuel, and let us take care of our people and get out of the way. because Western North Carolina is going to pull through this, whether you get in our way or not.
There you go. See, they all seem very determined and know what they want. Okay. They don't want you to give them a frivolous amount of money. Okay. They much rather have the stuff they need to be able to take care of themselves. You know what I mean? And they would drive to town and buy their own stuff or wherever they need to go if they had roads. Okay. And that's what our federal government is supposed to do. And when we say, infrastructure, they say we're going to, what was it? Shovel ready projects. Remember way back when Obama was president, he said that shit.
Yep.
Okay. And jobs. Okay. So all these people in this area, okay, that just got damaged, now they don't have jobs because most of the businesses are gone. So how about our federal government set up something where, okay, we're going to hire all these people. If they want a job, we'll hire them to build the bridges, to put the roads back in. We'll get some people out there to train them how to do the jobs. We'll get the equipment out there and let them go to work, because these are people that are willing to do that. You know what I mean? So, or construct buildings again, rebuild the gas stations, rebuild the businesses that got torn down, stuff like that. Use them and make them have some dignity by paying them to help them build back their own town. That type of stuff. There's so much that we could do for people if we just looked at them as people.
Hardwick, the National Guard is in Ukraine. Or going to Gaza or whatever the bullshit they're going. I don't know, Syria or whatever.
Well, I think that a couple people did say that they'd seen some National Guard and they saw some National Guard helicopters or whatever. But I don't know if they're actually doing anything. I just know that they're there. They're probably standing around at the place the FEMA's sitting around with the supplies that they have, expecting people to come to them. When they already said, we don't have any roads, we have no way to get there. But I don't know. It's the whole thing is just terrible and sad. Okay, let's see what this woman had. Okay, this is a woman. Now, I don't know for sure if everything she says is an actual fact. So just listen to her. And if you want, you can look into it yourself. I haven't had time because so many people have been sending me so many of these videos for me to listen to. And I listened to it. She seems sincere, but that's all we have. We just have it. That this is what she herself said of what she heard. So we have to take her at her word or look it up for ourselves.
Picked up a flight of pediatric medical supplies that were brought in and are going to North Asheville. We were sitting in the private portion of the airport and we got to overhear an awful lot. The Army pilots, the Navy pilots, hospital representatives, there was a lot of chatter. While we were there, a private jet landed and 4 FEMA representatives got off. 4 people off of a private jet. Come to find out, and you're not going to hear this, so let me tell you. Come to find out, Mission Hospital was told, a private hospital, that they are going to go ahead and be the morgue center for body recovery. All of the Army Chinook helicopters you're seeing flying overhead, they are doing body recovery. FEMA said, and you can take this as a direct quote, said that they are too tied up at the border to send any more representatives. Yeah, at the border. So anyhow, I guess border control trumps whatever's going on here. So they told Mission Hospital they are not sending refrigerated trucks so that they can stack the bodies up. And we also overheard that whatever fatality numbers you are hearing, and this is a quote, go ahead and add a couple of zeros. So FEMA's too busy with the border. A private hospital and the Army are going to take over body recovery, and private individuals with their private helicopters and their private planes are the ones who are flying in supplies. I was at Hangar 10. I was picking up supplies. There was a stack for the Cajun Navy. There was a stack that looked like it was ASPCA. These are all being sent by private individuals. FEMA is doing nothing. Go ahead and share that.
There's another one.
Yep.
So it's very overwhelming on how much stuff's coming out that FEMA is not doing squat, basically. And they can have their people here and have a couple trucks parked here and there, or have a table set up and stuff to make it look like, for the news ops that they're there and their boots on the ground or whatever, but they don't have any money. So they're not doing anything else. They're just making it look like their presence is known. And then they try to take the supplies from other people so that they can say they're the ones that did it. So I don't know.
It's bad.
At least that's what I'm getting from the people that I've talked to, and from some of the videos that I've gotten to see, trying to make sure I pick on these right ones. Okay, here's the one about that Elon posted. Okay, Elon posted this earlier today, and it says SpaceX engineers are trying to deliver Starlink terminals and supplies to devastated areas in North Carolina right now. FEMA is both failing to help and won't let others help. This is what does it say? I can't read it.
Conscionable.
Yeah, conscionable. Sorry, my eyes are watering. I don't know why. Maybe it's because my allergy medicine's wearing off. It says they just took this video a few hours ago where you can see the level of devastation: roads, houses, electricity, water supply, and ground internet connections completely destroyed. FEMA wouldn't let them land to deliver critical supplies. My blood is boiling. Okay, this is an actual post from Elon himself. See, this is, I guess, some of the video like what we saw earlier.
Yeah.
So probably the same one. I don't know.
The same one I shared you. I shared it with you.
Okay. So I don't need to show it again, but you get the gist of it.
Yeah.
But Elon was not a happy camper when he posted that, and he posted a couple of them, of different ones.
Yeah, Trump, Glenn Beck, and Corey and Elon are working together and trying to get some stuff done. And Trump, Glenn Beck has been talking all about it. So this is not going away. If this is God's October surprise, it's basically let you know that this government doesn't give a fuck about you. Again, stop voting for these morons. I would say something else, but I can't say it.
Well, I understand. I'm not going to vote for them. I've been voting for them my whole life.
Those damn British sausages. Those damn Italian bassoons.
Yeah, but I was reading one of the posts underneath his post. It's a woman named Valentina Gomez, and she said multiple sources on the ground are confirming that there is a blockade.
No, you're not.
And Elon said, yeah, it's not just SpaceX. They won't let anyone help. So
I guess you're not voting for Harris, you crazy motherfucker.
But the thing is...
Oh, God, no! Yeah, she's hot because she's from hell. No, you're not.
But, yeah, this was, this is the other one, I think. Yeah, here we go. I'm going to share this other one from Elon that I found. I thought was pretty good. I think it's this one. No, this one. Here we go. Here. Okay. It says impeach. Is it mayor? The mayor of New York? Yeah, Mayorkas. Okay. His weak government leadership costs lives. For years, FEMA has bragged about giving billions of dollars to migrants. Now, the Homeland Security Secretary said that FEMA has insufficient funds to last through the hurricane season. So, it's more and more shit is just hitting the fan and proving to the American citizens that are paying attention, that they don't give a crap about anyone except for who's going to make them the most money, which is the illegals, because they don't have to pay for them to have Social Security. They don't have to do anything for them. What they do, they're keeping them here by giving them a place to live, letting them buy groceries and whatever else. But if they get a job, they can't pay Social Security because they're not a citizen. They don't have a Social Security number, things like that. So I don't know. I just don't know what we're going to do with all this. I mean, I really don't. I don't see us recovering from this devastation, just from this hurricane, for many, many years. And that's not even counting all the families and the tragedy they have to go through. Because I was talking about the one video that I watched. I didn't want to show it, and it showed a woman holding her camera or her phone, and on the roof in front of her, you see her parents and her 7-year-old son, and then it's flooding. You see the floods getting higher and higher, and then the roof caves in. And she lost her parents and her son. They all died. So she did some interviews and stuff about it, I think yesterday or the day before, when it happened. But it's stuff that I can't even understand, because I've never went through anything that tragic. I lost my mom. Okay, she died, but she was at the hospital, and we knew she was very sick.
Right.
So I had a little bit of time to prepare for it, but to lose somebody in something like this within seconds, you don't really have a time to adjust to it, to be prepared that something bad's going to happen. It just all of a sudden happens, just like in a car accident, I guess, or some of these other things. And I just want, I wish everybody could pray for these people, pray that a miracle happens of some sort to help all these people, because this is it's just awful. I mean, it's all of it.
And Hardwick, Hardwick, I'm saying act of God. The fact that basically that the people don't realize how insidious this government is. And when they realize that FEMA, their main task has been to help migrants. FEMA! Hasn't been having to do with disasters, and they're using. And Mayorkas is saying they're out of funds because they've been using the money to bring in people. It's insane.
100%, 100%.
And this is wake people up, because again, you have the power to vote. Vote out everybody. Vote out everybody.
Yeah, and that's the thing, is that you need, when you do go and vote for the person, whichever part you're going to vote on, whether they're for a state representative or town council or whatever it's on your ballot in your state. Vote for the people that you feel in your heart are going to do the best job they can for you and your families. That's what, if everybody voted that way, I can't even imagine how wonderful our country would be, and if we fought for them once they got in there, and then you notice they were making less and less choices that had anything to do with what they told you they were going to do, then you go up to them and you say, what the heck's going on? You said you were going to fix this, this, and this, and you haven't done anything. And start fighting to fight for your towns and your cities and your state with the people that said they were going to do these things. And if we don't hold them accountable, why would we expect anything better? It's never going to get better if we don't start fighting for what we want and taking it. We're the ones paying all the bills. It comes right out of your check. You don't have any say. They just take it. So make them earn it. Make them earn the money that we're paying them. Okay. Is there anything else you wanted to talk about before I bring up the one video that I wanted to play?
Yeah, go ahead and do that. I'm preparing something else right now, so you can share later after this.
Okay. Well, this is the video that I saw earlier this evening, and I thought it was just really, really, really good. So I want to share it with everybody. Okay. Here we go.
You know, when you get old in life, things get taken from you.
I did find it.
Part of life. But you only learn that when you start losing stuff. You find out life's this game of inches. The margin for error is so small. I mean, 1/2 a step too late or too early, and you don't quite make it. 1/2 second too slow, too fast, you don't quite catch it. The inches we need are everywhere around us. Hell yeah. They're in every break of the game, every minute, every second. On this team, we fight for that inch. On this team, we tear ourselves and everyone else around us to pieces for that inch. We claw with our fingernails for that inch. Because we know when we add up all those inches, that's gonna make the fucking difference between winning and losing. Between living and dying. I'll tell you this, in any fight, it's the guy who's willing to die who's gonna win that inch. And I know if I'm gonna have any life anymore, it's because I'm still willing to fight and die for that inch. Because that's what living is. The 6 inches in front of your face. Now I can't make you do it. You gotta look at the guy next to you. Look into his eyes. Now I think you're gonna see a guy who will go that inch with you. You're gonna see a guy who will sacrifice himself for this team because he knows when it comes down to it, you're gonna do the same for him. That's a team, gentlemen. And either we heal now as a team, or we will die as individuals. Now, what are you gonna do?
I love that video. Oh, it just makes me want to get up and fight for my country because I love this country with all my heart. I have ever since I was little. The first time my dad got me to stand up in front of a flag and say the Pledge of Allegiance, I'll never forget that as long as I live. And because I grew up on Air Force Base,
right,
moved every 2 years. I love what I grew up thinking America stood for. You know,
Right.
that we were the only beacon of light and hope for the world about what it's like to be free, to be able to own your own home, work wherever you wanted, marry whoever you fell in love with. All these things that we have that other countries don't have.
Right.
They can't stand on the street corner and yell, I hate my government, or whatever it is that you want to say, because we have freedom of speech.
Exactly.
Right? We have freedom of religion. We can pray to any God that we want, or not pray to any God if we don't want to be religious.
Exactly.
Other countries don't have that. You know, they'll throw you off a roof in other countries if you don't love the white gender that they think that you should, if you know what I'm saying.
So that's a good segue to what I just sent you. Basically, what I'm doing here, I'll just let you know, I am a consultant, and I basically say, what the hell does that mean? And I have utilized my skills to be a business technology consultant, which means I basically work with corporations and businesses on helping them with their technology and business needs. So I'm taking that now because I've been looking for work. No one's hiring right now. I'm going to basically pursue many things, and I put this on my LinkedIn and on my X page, but it's the main 2 things I'm going to be doing is physics, mathematics, technology, cybersecurity, but the big thing is public policy. I decided that I'm going to pursue this to be a constitutional lawyer and just go after the U.S. code and hammer it out using algorithms to extract all of the bullshit, because I want to codify the 10th Amendment. The 10th Amendment is so important. Because again, people don't understand this. This is why civics is not being taught anymore. They believe that the 10th Amendment are the things that the rights you have are given that you have. They're not the rights you have. They are not the rights you have. They are the 10 things that cannot be taken away from you. They're the 10 things that the government cannot do. That's what they are. They're not. That's why I'm saying Bill of Rights. These are things that they can't do to you. They can't fuck with you with these things. But we've let them do that, and we've let people believe that, oh, we give you the right to a gun. No, you were born with the right to a gun. You were born with the right to say what you want to say. You've been all. That's how it works. Yeah, I saw that. It's retarded. It's a retarded tweet that they put out there. I told them to fuck off. But what I have done, and it's in my Substack. You can put that in you can share it with everybody.
You want me to share this? Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to start to write real papers in the style of the Anti-Federalist Papers. I'm going back. I'm studying the Articles of the Federation, the Constitution, the drafts of the Constitution, all of the letters that they wrote. There were 67 plus letters that were out there, and I'm writing in the style of that and putting it out there. And I put this thing out, The Darkening of Our Nation. And I'm putting up many, many documents. Many, many books are coming out. I'm done, because as soon as I have my funds released and I can officially retire, that's all I'm doing is just putting up papers, and I'm going to be talking with many, many people. The one person I admire the most right now is Eric Weinstein. And it's kind of odd, because that's how his podcast he had a couple months ago, I think, which is really weird. Is I have, over the last year and a half, been, having my focus on what things I want to do in my life. And all the things I've been working on since I've been a child have now come to the fold. And I'm doing them now. I'm basically living my life. And everything that he's been talking about, he has a theory of everything, physics stuff, which is exactly aligns exactly with what I've been doing. Because again, I've been doing self-study. And to find out that what I'm doing is exactly what he has been studying, he went to get his dissertation on, is kind of freaks me out in a bit. So, and then he talks about politics a certain way, Kamala a certain way, and he does it in a more formalized way, but everything is there. So that's what I'm doing. So this is one of the things I do. I have a few articles out there, but I'm done with this. My whole task now is to stop the madness and do it in a legal way. We need to have a third Continental Congress. We have to clean house. And I want Washington, D.C. to be a museum. Get everybody back. It's 2 years and you're done. None of this, grift going on here. Because that's what the problem is. What we have seen the last 4 years, the mask is off, literally, while they tell you to put your mask on.
Yeah.
To be obey. And again, even in culture, you had the article come out regarding is Star Wars bad? Why are people not liking it? Why are they racist? No, they just all they want you to do is to consume, spend, while they put the IV in you to suck everything out of you, all your life, all your money, and then now, when people need it the most in Maui, in East Palestine, in Helene, and just veterans, for Christ's sakes, they say, no, we're giving it to these people because we want them here. They want more people here that they can control, because now they've lost control. The pandemic exposed what they teach people in school, exposed what Hollywood's doing, exposed what the medical industry is still doing now, which you can't say here on YouTube, but they are doing it. They are evil. The corporations are evil. They're poisoning you. I'll clarify something I said last week. ADHD is caused by the food additives and the coloring they put in foods that are fake. It's basically making people sick, giving them autism, giving all these different things. Again, I'm not a doctor. But look at the medical files. Do your own research and look at all this shit. And that's why I'm done with this crap. This is why Alphabet is really screwed up. because it's again, this is the truth. We have to stop this nonsense. I'm just done with it all.
Well, I am 100% agree with you. I am getting so fed up with all of this, but I still have hope.
Yes, there is. Yes, there is. Yes,
I still have hope until elections, and hopefully we find out that night instead of 2 weeks later. You know what I mean?
Sorry, I'm nodding at soy boy, soy base. Sorry.
Soy base. What did he say?
Last thing he said.
You want me to put it up?
You don't know. You don't have to.
Oh, okay, but I just think that's funny. But the thing is that it's up to us, people. It's in our lap now, and this blatant, obvious. Everything they do is blatantly obvious in our face that they don't care about us. Right. That we are the last on the list, basically, because they know that no matter what, because we're good people and that we're hardworking people, that we're not going to just quit working so we don't pay taxes, and we're not going to stop paying our bills because we own our homes or our vehicles, things like that, because we're responsible. Okay, that's what separates us from them. If they had to take money out of their own pockets and pay these illegals or whatever else that they're spending all our tax dollars on, if they had to pay for their own health care, okay, out of their pocket, and they had the same health care that we're able to get, things would change. But until we have that, I don't see how anything's going to change, because they have their cake and they're eating it too. You see what I mean? They don't have to do anything. We can tell them, we want you to do this. Now, Corey Mills, just like he said, he's doing the best he can because he expects to do the job that he was hired to do. He sees himself that way. Most of them don't. They just see us as a means to do whatever it is they want. There's no repercussions for any choices they make. But see, our repercussions for the choices they made, not us. They're the ones that decided to take the money and house illegals in hotels, 4-star hotels, make sure they had 3 meals a day, buying them Nike shoes or whatever it is that they buy them, backpacks, cell phones, paying for their cell phones, all the stuff that we're paying with our money. I know people that have a cheapy ass Walmart phone, that flip phone, because that's all they can afford. Just so they can have, because they drive in lots of areas. Like I said, I have hillbilly technology service. My service is not very good. The reason I'm on here now is because I have a hardwire to my computer, but my cell service is shit because I'm in the boonies. Okay. And most people in the boonies, don't spend a lot of money on trivial stuff because they got they got real bills that they got to take care of. Food is the number one.
Yeah.
You got to have a vehicle to go to work.
Yeah, like you said, we were said before the stream started, basically, because my life's changed because again, my brother is kind of sick. I'm gonna go help him, and I'm determined that I'm gonna basically, get my bug out bag and my digital nomad bag, and I'm just be ready to go if need be. Because again, I don't want these possessions anymore. Because people were telling me, oh, you can get a house, you can get this and that, and like, why? No, I'm not doing that shit. Not yet. It's more about it's siege mode right now. We are under siege. Each of us is doing it under this administration and under this global governance that's coming down, because it hasn't started yet. We got to stop and fight them back.
Yeah, we need to. I agree.
And when I get my money, I'm gonna get Starlink. I'm gonna have it ready just in case and shit like that, because again, so I can communicate if something goes wrong. I'll be ready to go. You could be in the mountains and use Starlink, which is good.
Well, I'm going to play the next video as my closing because I really love this song. Yeah, I got to get up early.
No. I mean, Hardwick. I was reading Hardwick's message.
Yeah. AT&T still refuses to give us fiber optic internet out here in rural Mississippi. A small local electrical company wound up doing it instead. Yeah, I can believe that. Why should they? Okay, I have asked for better internet and stuff like that. Many people, but there's so few people out here. They said it's not worth it's not worth it. They'd rather you have to pay hundreds and hundreds of dollars a month to have DirecTV or something like that with the satellite dish out in your yard than to dig up the ground and put cables in, because there's just not enough people for them to make money off of you. Same thing with cell towers. Honestly, if you thought about it, if you put up a few more cell towers here and there, and you could give actual good service to people out in the rural areas, they'd be signing up left and right to have cell phones. But because they don't want to spend the money, because they're not going to make, millions and millions of dollars, because it's so rural and spotty, that they don't care.
Blue-eyed white dragon gender. What is that? Was that a grand wizard?
Mm-hmm.
Soy based? What is that?
What is this? Yeah, what does this mean?
It's a grand wizard, I think.
Probably.
That's what it sounds like to me.
He's got a link here.
Oh no! Don't touch the links.
Oh, I was gonna say I won't click on it, but I don't know what it is. But it's in here if anybody wants to see it. It's in the chat. But I want to say thank you to everybody who came and hang out with us. Tomorrow I'll be playing our game all day. Our Pathfinder type game, role playing game. And then Sunday, we're going to watch the movie The Book of Eli. And then we're going to do a review on it afterward for A Girl and a Guy in a Movie. But anyone who would like to watch The Book of Eli with us, send me a DM and I'll send you a link to Bruce's Discord. And then you guys can join us and watch it, because it's going to be really good. I already own the movie. I think it's a very good movie. I'm the one that picked it for us to review. I haven't been able to do that in a while, because it seems like, we've had so many people wanting us to review different movies. So, but this was one I actually got to pick. So I'm excited about watching it. So what is your plans?
First off, I do thank you very much for the Friday Night Shit Show. We are in the shit show. I can't believe this show started and we were talking about shit, and now we're really neck deep in shit, and the people in North Carolina are.
I know it's terrible, but
it is. I know. But the thing is, I thank you very much. I do 2 videos on YouTube. I have my health and wellness channel, My Weight Loss Quest. I have my YouTube channel at Ruben Haynes. I also have a Rumble channel, and I do X videos. No, not porn. Videos on X. Take it back. See, I had to do that.
Well, that's good.
Clip that. No, and then every day on X, I post a video, and I do basically turn the camera on, and I basically give a speech on how we need to rise up and do stuff. And I have my Substack out there, like I said, and I do it every single day. And I've already recorded those videos. Those videos will go out tomorrow. And the last thing I want to do, you can reshare the link to the X one for my brother. Basically, my brother who my younger baby brother, my God, he's 51 now, had a stroke, and they found that he had a brain tumor. This past Wednesday, he had surgery. He's going to be he's in ICU still. He'll be out of ICU next week, and then hopefully by mid-month he'll be able to go home and then have rehab. And then he's a teacher, and he has 3 kids, 12, 10, and 7, all boys. So I'm planning on going down there and then helping him with rehab and stuff. But he had to put up his bass guitars, plural, for collateral, so to help cover expenses. So if you can afford anything, I didn't start a GoFundMe. It's basically because I don't trust GoFundMe. Just if you can donate something, please donate. I'll make sure he gets everything of it, and then we can get him back. Because again, he lived with me back, my God, in the late 90s for 3 years. I took care of him. When my father was very ill, I took care of him. It was my father. Right on Christmas morning of 2012, after my mother's funeral the week before, she died right before Christmas. He had a major heart attack. I helped him get alive. I came back to Chicago at the time, put all my stuff in storage, and moved down with him for a year. So all of 2013, I was down there. And then I came back and I got sick, but I'm okay now. I'm still disabled, but whatever. But the point being is that I want to basically help my brother because, again, in these times, I know it's really rough, but, things are going on. But if you can help, please do. And then, just thank you very much for this, and everyone have a good Friday.
Yeah,
and weekend.
I want to say everyone have a wonderful weekend. Hug your family. So many people don't have their loved ones to hug after what's happened. And so be thankful for what you do have, and make sure you tell them that you love them and that you're thankful to have them in your life. So that's what I want to say.
Yeah, very much so.
But I want to close out with this video. It's my favorite video right now. It makes me feel empowered. Yeah, here we go.
Obama will go down as perhaps the worst president in the history of the United States! ! At real Donald Trump. Well, at real Donald Trump, at least I will go down as a president.
I know people have talked to you about whether or not you want to run. Would you ever? Never got so bad, I would never want to rule it out totally.
A new world order. These allegations are false. Weapons of mass destruction. The USA Patriot. The blueprint for large corporations.
We once were, we are no longer a Christian nation.
Donald Trump confirmed that he is considering a run in 2016.
Do it.
I am officially running for President of the United States.
He will never be President of the United States.
Donald Trump will never be elected President of the United States.
People are watching these results come in.
We are going to make this decision now. Donald Trump will be the 45th President of the United States.
Does it ever seem to you that President Trump has done more than any president in modern history?
And in the 10 years I've been involved in politics, I've never seen an administration hit the ground running like this.
I could spend the rest of the hour laying out the accomplishments under the Trump presidency, despite everything thrown at him.
The market just had its 12th straight record close.
Taking action to save as many kids as they can.
We were energy independent under the Trump administration.
More Americans reported being employed than ever.
Helping those who have served our country in the military to get access to mental health care.
The Great American Outdoors Act is the largest single piece of legislation to support our national parks and public lands.
Created more than 7 million good-paying jobs.
Websites can be held liable in court for having sex trafficking content.
The Abraham Accords, which for any other president would have been multiple peace prizes.
America did not enter into a foreign war.
The employment rate in the U.S. fell to 3.5%.
The First Step Act eases federal sentencing for nonviolent offenders.
Increased funding for historically black colleges and universities.
Allows terminally ill patients easier access to experimental drugs.
Kept the inflation rate low.
Honored with the Bipartisan Justice Award.
Had a massive MS-13 gang problem. 3.9% is the unemployment rate. Requiring airports to provide lactation rooms for breastfeeding mothers.
Middle class family income increased nearly $6,000.
A dramatic escalation in his crackdown on illegal immigration.
An advocate for educational choice.
Tariffs on Mexico and Canada.
An act preventing animal cruelty and torture.
Taking out Baghdadi, the head of ISIS, Soleimani, the Iranian general.
Save Our Seas Act commitment to environmental issues.
We're saying Merry Christmas again.
Community development in low-income urban and rural communities.
Help us to remember the importance of fighting off tyranny.
Pulling out of UNESCO, the World Health Organization, the Paris Climate Accords, reassessing NATO and the United Nations.
Stood up for Christianity and the Constitution more than any president in American modern history.
We are stopping the attacks on Judeo-Christian values. Do you miss me yet?
Obama will go down as perhaps the worst president in the history of the United States! At real Donald Trump. Well, at real Donald Trump, at least I will go down as a president.
I know people have talked to you about whether or not you want to run. Would you ever? Never got so bad, I would never want to rule it out totally.
A new world order. These allegations are false. Weapons of mass destruction. The USA Patriot. The blueprint for large corporations.
We once were. We are no longer a Christian nation.
Donald Trump confirmed that he is considering a run in 2016.
Do it.
I am officially running for President of the United States.
He will never be President of the United States.
Donald Trump
will never be elected President of the United States.
People are watching these results come in.
We are going to make this decision now. Donald Trump will be the 45th President of the United States.
Does it ever seem to you that President Trump has done more than any president in modern history?
And in the 10 years I've been involved in politics, I've never seen an administration hit the ground running like this.
I could spend the rest of the hour laying out the accomplishments under the Trump presidency, despite everything thrown at him.
The market just had its 12th straight record close.
Taking action to save as many kids as they can.
We were energy independent under the Trump administration.
More Americans reported being employed than ever.
Helping those who have served our country in the military to get access to mental health care.
The Great American Outdoors Act is the largest single piece of legislation to support our national parks and public lands.
Created more than 7 million good-paying jobs.
Websites can be held liable in court for having sex trafficking content.
The Abraham Accords, which for any other president would have been multiple peace prizes.
America did not enter into a foreign war.
The unemployment rate in the U.S. fell to 3.5%.
The First Step Act eases federal sentencing for nonviolent offenders.
Increased funding for historically black colleges and universities.
Allows terminally ill patients easier access to experimental drugs.
Kept the inflation rate low.
Honored with the Bipartisan Justice Award.
Had a massive MS-13 gang problem.
3.9% is the unemployment rate.
Requiring airports to provide lactation rooms for breastfeeding mothers.
Middle class family income increased nearly $6,000. A dramatic escalation in his crackdown on illegal immigration.
An advocate for educational choice.
Tariffs on Mexico and Canada.
An act preventing animal cruelty and torture.
Taking out Baghdadi, the head of ISIS, Soleimani, the Iranian general.
Save Our Seas Act commitment to environmental issues.
We're saying Merry Christmas again.
Community development in low-income urban and rural communities.
Help us to remember the importance of fighting off tyranny.
Pulling out of UNESCO, the World Health Organization, the Paris Climate Accords, reassessing NATO and the United Nations.
Stood up for Christianity and the Constitution more than any president in American modern history.
We are stopping the attacks on Judeo-Christian values.